Hello, welcome to my channel Technical Human. I am Siddharth and in this video I will tell you how you can create your own Gmail application. I will be doing this with the help of Python language. So let me first demonstrate you the Gmail application that I have created. So for that I will go here in E drive and it is under the folder GitHub. So I will open it here and I will right click here and will open it with code. If you don't have Visual Code, you can install it. Installation step is simple. You can easily install it. I have it, so I will open it. So this is the code that I have written and I have embedded it in my web application, and that web application is this is the HTML code through which we will be sending our message. So let us run our code. So I will follow this link. So this is my app that I have created, that is send your mail, and under this you can write the subject, that is regarding leave. I can write and I can give my email ID. So I am giving my email ID and I will write the message, what message I want. So I want to say that I am sick, please grant me leave, and here I will write thank you. So I will submit it. So it will be reloading, and after some time, so the prompt has came that message sent successfully. So my message has been sent successfully. Let us see it. So I will open my mail account. So here the message came. You can see that regarding leave. I will open that, and the same message that I have written over there, the same message is here, that I am sick, please grant me leave, thank you. So this is all about my application. So now let us jump into the coding part. First of all, we will go here in local disk, and in local disk we will create a new folder and I will name it as demo, and under this demo folder I will just right click and open it with Visual Code. So my Visual Code has been opened. So I will create a new file and I will name it as app.py. So under which I have to write the Python script. So for that, our let us understand what are the prerequisites. So first of all, you should be familiar with Python and you should know some of the basics of Flask. If you don't know any of these things, then you don't need to worry. I will first go here and will search the sample Flask snippet. So for that I will write Flask sample and I will go here on first site appeared on the screen. And I will copy this whole script and I will paste it into my Visual Code. After that I will remove this, we don't need this, and our next task is to create one folder, and we will create one folder and name it as templates, and under this folder we will create one file and will name this index.html. So under index.html we will write the code for our web page. So for that, again I will come here and will search a contact us form. So here I will go down and I will open W3 schools and I will click here and I will copy this code and I will paste it here in index.html. I will save it and I will remove this accent.php as we are not working with PHP here, and I will just save it. Now we will have to link this index.html to our Python file. So for that we will have to import render template, and here also we will return that render template, and under the bracket I will link it with index.html file. And now I will run my code. It should work fine. So you can see that this form has been successfully linked with our Python file. So now we will modify our index.html file according to our requirement. So what do we want? We want to first the email, first the mass subject. So this will be for subject. I will rename it as subject, and here I will write subject. It is okay. After that we have to write message. Write your message. After that we don't need this one, so we will remove it, and now we will also remove this also. We have submit button, we have subject, we have message, we should have receiver email ID. So for that I will write here receiver email ID, and here enter receiver email ID. So after that we have to change this to message, this to subject, and this receiver email ID to receiver receiver. So we are done. Now let us check this once again. So I will run my Python script once again. But now I want this message text box to be enlarged, and for that I will use text area in our index.html. So here is that message. So I will remove this whole text and I will use text area. I will remove all these things. I will cut it and we'll paste it here. And now let us see whether our message field is enlarged or not. So I will again run my application. Now it has been enlarged. So our next task will be to get the user input and to take that input into some variable, and for that I will import request here. Purpose for importing this is that we want to get the value of the form, that is, if we are giving input to the subject, then we want the value of subject, so that we can use that later by storing it in Python variable. Suppose we are giving some input in this field, so we want that to be stored in a variable, and for that we will be using the request. So for that I will import request first of all, and I will import request, and this is the decorator app.root, and this is called as this slash, this is in the line is called as the point to access that web application. And here I will have to pass the list of methods, that is get and post. So if you will just open the web app, then get request is triggered, and when you submit the form, then the post request get triggered. So I will pass the list of methods. Methods is equal to get and post. These request I will pass. Why I am passing this request? Because let us suppose that I have filled this form and will submit, then we are filling this form. In this situation, get method is working, and if we will submit the form, then the post method will fetch the values from these forms. For that I am using that, and now I will use one of the method of this request library, and I will say that if request dot method is equal to post, if the method is post, if you have written everything in the web page in the list form, then what you have to do, we have to take that value and store it in a variable so that we can use it later. So I will say that make a variable called message. First of all, not message, but first is subject, so I will make subject, and I will write request dot form, and from form I will get the name. So here the name of subject is subject itself, so I will use that. So I will write here subject. Same with the case of receiver email ID. So I will just copy it, I will name that variable. We are getting the data from receiver email ID, so I will choose here receiver, and let us see what is the name here given. Here also name receiver only is given, so I will use receiver here. Let me zoom into it. So after doing so, we have one more value to be fetched. So this value is the message itself. So for message I will use text, and let us see what is written over there in message. So in message only is written, so I will use that message. Now since we are using subject, so we will have to do a formatting. So what formatting we will do, we will write a variable message, and I will say that use a f string to fetch that message, and in f string I will name it subject, and I will write 2 new line character, because after the subject, after 2 new line character we have to write our message. It is the rule in Gmail. And here I will pass the subject as a f string, and then I have to, here not after subject we have new line character, so here we will pass 2 new line character, because after subject only we will write message. and in message I will write the message, which message is just text. So this is the text which is the message. So we will get here subject and message, and let us print this message. So after that we have to write else part for getting the post get request, and in get request we will use this value. So we will have to give tab. So if the method is not post, so it will show this index.html, and after showing it we will print, then if we will submit, then the method will be post, and then we will just get all these values, and I am printing message to verify that the post method is working or not. After doing so we have to enable the method. So here in this form of action we have to write method, and we will enable the post method. So now let us run our code to verify the same. So suppose this is the message, this is the email ID, and this is the test submitted. It is saying me the error, the view function did not return a valid response. The function either returned none or ended with a return statement, without a return statement. So it is has ended without a return statement. So for that I will be returning something. So I will say return okay. So just for verifying this I am doing so. Let us rerun our code. So yes, okay has been printed here. So let us check that the message that we were printing was printed or not. So yes, it is printing, but it is not taking f string. Let us see why. So we have not used here f. If f we will not use, then how it will treat it as f string. So after doing so, let us again verify our code. So let me run this code again. This time it will give us correct output. So here okay has been printed. Now let us check the message here. So you can see that here subject is giving regarding leave, and the message that we have typed we is also showing here. So our get and post method is working fine. Now we will have to use this web app to send the message, and for that we have to import one more library, and that library is called SMTP library. This is pre-installed library, so you need not to install that again by the command pip install SMTP. You doesn't require to do so, and for that let me search it on Google. So I will write SMTP library and Geeks for, I have seen it on Geeks for Geeks. It has given us very good explanation, so I will refer there only. And so you can see that this is the code. First of all you have to import SMTP, and then you can create a session of SMTP. Then you will start TLS for the security purpose. After that you have to do authentication. For that you have to write your email ID and your password, and after that you can send the use the message, which message you want to send. And after that you can send the message using send mail, and after that you have to terminate using this command. So I will copy this code from here and will just come here, and instead of this OK, I will use this here. So first of all, this should be pasted above. So I have pasted it here. Now we will have to give the tab to all these things so that it will come under the if block. So for now I will pause the video and I will write my email ID and password. You can write your also. So I have written my email ID and password, and now you can use this message. So for that you have to just remove this from here, as message will come from the input that we will take, and here you have to write the sender email ID, and that is receiver, as the sender email ID is the receiver ID. So sorry, sender email ID is the email ID which is mine. So I will write my email ID .com. So this is my email ID, and now this is the receiver email ID, and for receiver email ID you can simply use that receiver. From receiver you will get, from this receiver you will get the email ID from the form, so you will use it. So for that only I am using receiver here, and after that we will send the message, and after sending message we will have to get the confirmation that whether the message has been sent successfully or not. For that we have to create one file here in template folder, and I will name it as new.html. So I will copy all the code from this index.html. I will paste it here, and after the form I will make a p tag, and I will write message sent successfully, and after writing so I will come here in this app, and I will have to link that new.html, and so for that I will link it, and here I will write new.html. I can write it here as well in this if statement, but I will not use that. I will not do so. I will do it here, and now I will run my application to check whether our code is working fine or not. So now I will write so the message came here that message sent successfully. Let's verify the same. So I will open my mail again, and so here you can see that the message came. So this is the same message, giving the subject regarding leave, and this is the message. Let me rerun this once again by typing appropriate message, and then we will verify the same. I am sick, please grant leave. So message has been sent successfully. I will open our mail once again, my mail once again, and I will refresh it. So once again I got the message, and it is saying that I am sick, please grant me leave. So this is working fine. So this is all in this video. Thank you, have a nice day.